Hello, welcome to the Cielcin Empire. This is the Sun Eater series by Christopher Ruocchio. Our story takes place roughly 20,000 years in the future and begins with the character Hadrian Marlowe. Written as Hadrian's memoir, this book begins where most other stories do, with a birth. You see, in the Cielcin Empire's upper echelon, they give birth through a specific agreement with the government's theocracy to keep control of the nobility. Into this system, Hadrian was birthed in a vat. As the next in line for the familiar position in the Marlowe family's commercial holdings, Hadrian had a lot on his plate from the very beginning. The Roman and Spanish-like strict and uneven class structure drives much of the beginning of the book. Hadrian, the heir of the Delos uranium mining companies, like many shoved into the position, did not want it. His early years consisted mostly of learning from their royal tutor, Tor Gibson. With distant parents came a deep connection to Tor, which deepened Hadrian's respect for the Scholiast order, the order to which Tor belongs. This order is one of scholars who travel the empire and further knowledge of the galaxy. We catch up to Hadrian in his early to mid-20s. During this time, he mostly acts as a spoiled noble with a bit of introspectiveness. Although raised in an insanely violent society, Hadrian takes to heart the death of anyone around him. This trait becomes a turning point in his life when, at one gladiatorial death match, Hadrian decided to publicly leave, disgracing the family. To make the situation even worse, on his way home he was beaten near to death by street thugs. This combination of factors led to him being disinherited from the Marlowe family throne unofficially. His recovery is made even worse when his father, Alistair Marlowe, decides that Hadrian will become a justiciar in the Chantry. The Chantry is the theocracy that keeps a strict hold on the people of the Cielcin Empire. Their genocidal and torturous ways completely turn Hadrian off from wanting to go down this path. Thankfully, Tor and his mother choose to send Hadrian away to become a scholiast secretly. They smuggle him out, but not before Tor gets found out and executed publicly for the conspiracy. Hadrian awakens from cryosleep in a foreign world, and completely not where he was supposed to go, with no idea the time that had passed. Penniless and powerless on a foreign world, Hadrian wanders the streets of Emesh. For a couple years he lived in the bottom rungs of society, surviving off trash and begging. Scared to go to the authorities for the chance of his identity being recognized, he decides he could make money fighting in the Colosso pits. Here he gains the trust of many new friends and learns to live fairly. However, his newfound normalcy doesn't last long. Hadrian's curiosity and scholarly intuitions get him into trouble when an alien species gets brought to the Colosseum. The species is currently at war with the humans and distant solar systems, and the presence of one so close to Hadrian intrigues him, especially since he can speak their language roughly. He tries to see this alien, gets caught, and his identity is revealed finally. He was then brought to the leader of Emesh, the Count, where he was assumed he would be shipped off to his father to become a priest of the Chantry. However, Emesh's sly ruler decides to enlist Hadrian as a tutor for his similarly aged children. Instead of turning him in, the Count wants to make his bloodline better by marrying Hadrian to his daughter and becoming a higher-ranking noble. In this employment, Hadrian meets Dr. Valka Andera, an alien archaeologist that Hadrian becomes smitten with. Well, she's not an alien, she's a human, but an alien archaeologist as her job. In his steadfastness and appreciation for Valka, Hadrian challenges a high-up member of the Chantry to a duel due to him insulting Dr. Valka, thus revealing his heritage to the wrong people. After the duel, where Hadrian kills the Chantry member, the Count reveals that Alistair Marlowe has already disowned Hadrian and has known of Hadrian's presence on the world for some time. It's during this time that we also learn that he was in cryosleep for over 30 years, a lot longer time than we were expecting. To get Hadrian away from palace intrigue on Emesh, the Count sends him and Valka to the southern continent to study ancient alien ruins. Here, Hadrian encounters intense visions of what looks to be the future of the Cielcin, the alien race attacking humanity, burning through thousands of worlds before being burnt out themselves. He is perturbed by these visions, and Valka disbelieves him, and their relationship strains from this. Nearby, Cielcin ships seem to attack Emesh. Their ships crash, and Hadrian volunteers to negotiate with the survivors, as he knows their language. This backfires for Hadrian, as the Chantry's ways cannot be overturned, and the Cielcin that were captured, that Hadrian promised peace to, was tortured. As the only one with language expertise at hand, Hadrian is tasked to listen and interrogate the alien while they are tortured. This profoundly changes Hadrian. He learns of ancient mysteries connected to Cielcin through this torture. As a last act of mercy, Hadrian stages a blackout and finally kills the alien, releasing it from its captivity. The information learned from this captain is used by the Legion, the military of the Sullan Empire. Hadrian is conscripted into the military and intends to go on a journey to figure out these ancient mysteries as well as to negotiate with more Cielcin. His buddies from the Colosso join him, as well as Valka. This concludes the first book of the Sun Eater series, with a group setting out from Emesh and into the stars. Thank you for joining me today in this video of recounting the first book in the Sun Eater series, The Empire of Silence. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave a comment below if you've read this series or if you have any other series similar. Let me know if you want me to do any more deep dives into books like this, and I'll like to continue the series. Thank you. Bye.